Hey guys, I want to talk to you guys about a new deck today. This deck is called Hallows Eve, and All Hallows Eve really is kind of a term that is closely associated with the Christian holiday of Halloween. And I kind of, we know about Halloween, right? People dress up as witches and goblins and ghouls and all of that, right? So to kind of keep with that theme of Halloween and to kind of build that into a championship level deck, I've created this here, and this is of course All Hallows Eve. And the main cards here that you'll need is the Witty Roastmaster. It's a red card here. It says Alliance due to 2 damage to your opponent's Planeswalker. Alliance, of course, is one of those abilities where when you put down a creature, you can read it over here. When you put down a creature or you reinforce this creature here, you can do this ability, right? So it says when another creature enters the battlefield under your control or this creature is reinforced, perform the following effect. And of course the effect is do 2 damage to your opponent's Planeswalker. Now we're going to use this card, the Witty Roastmaster, with the Tainted Adversary. Tainted Adversary, of course, as you've probably seen from several different videos that I've done, it allows you to put down a load of decayed zombie tokens, okay? So you can read it here. It says, when this creature enters the battlefield, you drain all mana from your hand and graveyard. So you can do that if you want. You don't have to, but if you do, it says you can increase this card's level by the amount of mana that you drained. And for every mana that you drained, you can create X decayed zombie tokens, right? And the X is, of course, 2 times the level of the card. So to kind of help you to understand what this does is you'll drain whatever you have from your hand. And if you do that, you're going to be able to create X zombie tokens. And X, of course, is whatever you drain multiplied by 2. And as you put down those zombie tokens, it will trigger the Witty Roastmaster. And you'll do 2 damage every time you put down a token. Alright, so you kind of see what we're going for with this deck. We want to have the Witty Roastmaster out first, then put the Tainted Adversary down. And if you have a lot of stuff in your hands with a lot of mana on it, you're going to be able to drain all of that and pretty much be able to put a ton of those decayed zombie tokens down. And every time a decayed zombie token comes down, you'll be able to use this Alliance ability to do 2 damage to your opponent. Alright, one thing I gotta mention is this is a deck for Dihada, the Binder of Wills. This is one of the Planeswalkers that I use for this deck because it's got the white, the black, and the red. You can use some of the multicolored Planeswalkers, right? So ones like Karn can use that. Also, if you don't have those, what I would suggest is trying to find a way to substitute this card out, the Tamail Field Researcher, and also substitute out the Ignite the Beacon card, right? What you're going to look for are cards that are going to help you to draw this guy here and this guy here. If you can do that, if you can fetch it, if you can draw them, that's going to help you. And as I was saying, if you can take out the Tamail Field Researcher and Ignite the Beacon, what you would have is basically a deck that can be played with any Planeswalker that's either, well, that has to have red and blue. Oh, sorry, red and the black. If you got that, then you're good. Okay, red and black, you just got to take out Tamail Field Researcher and Ignite the Beacon, and then you can go with it. Alright, so let's take a look at some gameplay here. I am hoping to show you guys what the deck looks like, what the combo looks like. You're going to probably see how quickly this thing can just do a ton of damage. Okay, so Meeting of the 5 will go first. The important thing is we want to have the Witty Roastmaster down first, alright? So we're looking like we got some options. We could play Meeting of the 5 first. We can also play Ignite the Beacon. Here's what Ignite the Beacon will do. This one, of course, will help you basically grab that Witty Roastmaster from your hand, and then it'll allow you to have it in your hand, so that way you can play it. Yeah, it'll grab it from your deck, rather. Alright, so let's put that first. That seems to be the fastest way to get the Witty Roastmaster, and as you can see here, we do have him. Now we're going to try to play him. Now, just kind of remember, when we use this deck, the Witty Roastmaster has to go first. Okay, so we'll go with that. We'll set up the Tainted Adversary to go second. Of course, we need to have a ton of mana in the hand in order for this to work out in a very destructive way. And you can see it's kind of building up already, right? We're getting some really favorable cascades with the mana, and we're able to put some mana into the hand. This card here, Tamayo Field Researcher, this is a nice one. It says if this support has 7 or more shields, all cards in your hand gain full mana. You kind of can see why I have that in this hand, in this deck, right? We want to be able to fill up the entire hand with cards that already have mana, so we can drain it when we are able to play the Tainted Adversary. Okay, we're moving along nicely. Let's turn this next card off here. Let's move Rocco a little down. I'm going to move Rocco a little down because as you see, he's got this stored mana kind of a ability. And one thing with the stored mana is you can't drain that from the hand if you're going with the Tainted Adversary. So it doesn't really help us to start collecting mana on that card because, you know, like I said, it's not going to be able to be drained. It's not going to bring in those tokens for you. Okay, one thing I like about Dihada, and you can kind of see its importance right now, is you're getting attacked, right? And if you're getting attacked, Dihada is nice because you can use this first ability. It says target creature you control gains vigilance and lifelink. If it's a legendary card, you can also get the prevent damage until the beginning of your next turn. So if I had Rocco Cabaretti's Caterer down there, which I don't, but if I had him right here or wherever on the board, you could play that first ability here and give him the ability to block this guy. Kind of does some good damage there. He won't have the damage done onto him because he would have the prevent damage ability. Alright, so at this point, what it looks like is we got some good mana in the hand. I will launch this. Tainted Adversary will go down. It's asking me now, do I want to drain all the mana from my hand so that way I can use that to put down the zombie tokens? I'm going to say yes. And you'll get to see the zombie tokens come out here. This is going to be the end of the game, guys. What you'll notice is that the Tainted Adversary here has 32 for its level. 32 means that he's going to put down 64 of these tokens. 64 of the tokens, that's a big number. And the reason is this guy will do 2 damage every single time a token comes in. So if he's got 64 tokens coming in, he's going to do 64 times 2. That's how much damage our opponent is going to take. And that's how we know that this is the end of the game. You can see they're doing a ton of damage, and that's kind of what we built this deck for. Okay, so I feel like this is a good deck. We hope you guys enjoy it. As I was mentioning, if you don't have Dihada, you don't have one of those planeswalkers like Karn with the multicolored, try to take out the 2 cards that I mentioned, right? It's the Ignite the Beacon. Oops, says, do you want to stop the loop? Let's not stop the loop. I like doing the damage. So back to what I was saying, you can take out Ignite the Beacon, that's a white card. You can also take out the Tamayo Field Researcher card. And by taking out those 2 cards, this deck becomes black and red. Alright, and then you can use it for any black and red planeswalker you got. Okay, so we hope you like the deck. We want you guys to, of course, like and subscribe. That helps the channel out a lot. And, of course, leave some comments, right? Some help for each other. We want to build a community here where everybody helps everybody. So leaving those comments, yeah, that really helps us. Okay, good gaming, everyone.